All right, Luke Belmar is an extremely polarizing figure. In fact, I was really personally polarized by him when I saw him in short form content. I'm like, I don't love that guy. Didn't feel authentic, doesn't feel real. Swapped to watching his long form. Loved him, resonate with him. But that's not why we're making this video. We're making this video because in one single crypto play, he made $7 million in the last bull run back in 2021. We're going to go through that exact play and his thoughts behind it together. And now, in this crypto super cycle, he's planning on taking his tens of millions of dollars and turning them into hundreds of millions of dollars using the plays that we are going to be documenting in this video that he's been tweeting about for the last couple of days. I'm going to give my thoughts and feedback on them as well. Let's jump straight in and start by looking at this date up here, February 6, 2021. He had a brilliant thesis that played out almost perfectly. He says, well, everyone was going crazy about DeFi. They didn't notice that Ethereum had a competitor, CZ Binance and Binance, BNB coin or BSC coin. After seeing ridiculous gas fees on transaction fees of up to 15% or more, I realized people would get upset and find a better alternative. This was the layer one race of 2021. We had things like Binance, Polkadot, Avalanche, Solana all popping up, and they were really under-realized way back here, which I'll show you the graph in a second, because Ethereum, guys, if you ever tried to mint an NFT in the bull run of 2021, you might pay $600 just to process the transaction. It was absolutely absurd. And Luke Belmar recognized that. He said, Binance and PancakeSwap will take over DeFi, decentralized finance. Binance will be worth about $1,000 per coin in this bull run or next, depending on Binance chain adoption. He's been buying Binance since $2 in 2017, which is a very impressive entry price and a very impressive entry year. And PancakeSwap since $1.50. Now, if you also are a Luke Belmar fan, you listen to his long-form crypto content, he says he bought PancakeSwap sub 50 cents. In a lot of those interviews. Here, we've got him on record in 2021 saying he bought it at $1.50. So honestly, I think he might be embellishing the story a little bit. I'm going to believe this tweet because it was written back in 2021 before it all went down. Luke then says, study the Binance chain. How are they competing and taking over DeFi and decentralized exchanges? If you're smart, you'll begin staking your BNB and Cake to make more of it, which is a risky game because it gets locked up, so you can't sell it if you want to sell it. But if it does what Cake actually went on to do here, you're going to be extremely wealthy and make your $7 million like Luke Belmar did. So that was on the 12th of February. Was it 12th of Feb or 6th of Feb? It was on the 6th of February. So if we pop back over to the PancakeSwap chart here, you can see that's the 8th of February. Right there is the 6th of February. $3. So he was up 2x on his $1.50 buys of PancakeSwap, which at size, which I'm guessing might be a couple $100,000 for him back then, he'd made a couple $100,000 in just that run up. But you can see you were on the verge of this first little checkpoint here, another 4x on top of that. So an 8x on his $200,000 would be into the millions of dollars. And then it ran all the way up to peak at about $42, which is basically a 30x on his money, which would get him to that $6 million of profit. Also, remember he's staking it, would probably get him to his $7 million of profit. He would have to have sold it there, which I don't know if I fully believe. We might do some blockchain digging, but either way, guys, it's a really big profitable play. And this was BNB that he said would run to $1,000. It didn't quite in that cycle, but he said maybe the next cycle, which is the one we're in right now, which honestly, that makes a lot of sense that could run to $1,000 now, depending on the BNB adoption, which Binance is now the world's biggest centralized exchange. They absolutely are crushing crypto. But just down here, remember the 6th of Feb, that's the 16th of Feb, so that's about approximately there. $79 is when he tweeted that out right before a massive 10x, almost 8x run up, which is impressive. Now, he was strong in his thesis, he was clear in his call, and he made a lot of money, and this would help as well. Because when I'm personally investing in a token, I want to see the token that is setting the example above it doing really well so I can hold that coin through those 10x's, through those 15x's and not selling early. And that's what Luke Belmar did. He says, in Cake we trust. To be honest, I haven't been more excited about a project than PancakeSwap. Whoever is developing your products needs a nice pay raise. They are top level. How we haven't dethroned Uniswap yet is beyond me. So he's talking about Uniswap, the ETH DEX, which was bigger than PancakeSwap, which was something to aim for, a ceiling for when to know when to start getting out. Now, let's just pause there. The perfect thesis, the perfect coin to trail, moved with size, got in at a fantastic time. He wasn't too late to it. Just a brilliant play. Fast forward to 2024, the start of the super cycle. What crazy, big brain, high level plays has Luke Belmar cooked up for us now? Because as I said, I'm becoming a really big fan. I think he's really awesome. Well, He says he just bought this meme coin right here on the dip, which is Chill Guy. He says TikTok coins are stronger than you think. Now, Chill Guy is at a $322 million market cap. The dip was 20% there, which, funny enough, my workout buddy found this and showed me this at a $1.5 million market cap, and I just did not get it. Classic bull market story for you. But I'm like, okay, this isn't really a similar thesis to the brilliant thesis of PancakeSwap. Then he tweeted out on December 10th, which is again today, longs get liquidated and then it sends. Being basically like we've got a 20% pullback today on these memes and then we're going to go absolutely parabolic. Anything on this list is a buy, to be honest. Now let's have a look at this list, guys. We've got Floki, Whiff, Mudeng, Pepe, Mog, a couple of newer tokens. Mudeng's the newest here. Mog's relatively new. Whiff and Pepe were launched during the bear market. Floki's an OG meme. Have a look at the market caps again. You've got a $2.8 billion market cap on Whiff, a $1.3 billion market cap on Mog. Floki's at a $2.1 billion market cap. Pepe is at a $10 billion market cap. Mudeng, the smallest one out of all those tokens, at a $353 million market cap, which I believe is that very similar to just a Chill Guy. So the smallest tokens that are on his buy list today are at the $300 million market cap. This is where I personally get a little bit confused because am I just underestimating the size of this super cycle? Are all these tokens that you just saw, even the ones in the $1 to $10 billion market cap range, are these just going to be $30 billion market caps? Because even if you come back to PancakeSwap and you switch it to market cap, let's find out when it was $1.50, which is when Luke Belmar's getting in right there on the 30th of January. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow on those dates. In Australia, we have our dates the other way, so it takes me a little bit extra time to find what the dates actually mean. It's $156 million market cap. So you can see that's half the size of the smallest token that he's thinking about. And even Mudeng, like, I'm 100% not an expert meme coin trader, but to give my thoughts on Mudeng, I'm like, it is the really cute hippo that went viral on TikTok and someone made a meme coin about it. There's multiple memes about it. It got listed on a couple of exchanges. You can see it's on Coinbase now. But I'm like, what's going to keep pushing that narrative forward? And I think the only answer is more TikTokers signing up to Coinbase because they hear Bitcoin's making all-time highs, and then they see Mudeng, which they remember the meme from a few months ago, and they're like, oh, the hippo, get in. I mean, that could be a very viable thesis. I don't want to try and overthink these crypto meme coin narratives, but at least for me, a $353 million market cap for something like Mudeng, I'd prefer to go back to Murad's list and get into something like Giga, or even over to Crashish Clay's list and get into something like Brett, which could be the mascot of the base chain once it gets listed on Coinbase. Now, there is this one, which I've talked about here on the channel before. This is Dolan Duck. Now, Luke Belmar talks about Dolan Duck a lot. He was actually pretty much the one responsible of pumping it up to that $90 million market cap that it hit. Now, it's pulled back to a $32 million market cap level. It's not a TikTok meme. It's not a massive meme. They do have a strong community. I do think Luke Belmar might have something to do with it. When I'm looking at the bubble maps, I'm trying to investigate to see if we can find Luke Belmar's wallet in here, so I'll keep you updated on that. But there is a couple of clusters. This cluster owns 5%, that cluster owns 2.5%. I wouldn't be shocked at all to have those be revealed to be Luke Belmar's wallets, especially because he has a blockchain fund affiliation here in his Twitter bio. And when you click into it, it's run by something called DuckDAO, or DuckDAO led. And DuckDAO leads to this guy's Twitter, who doesn't really have anyone following him or anything. But you can see DuckDAO is affiliated with TS29 and everything Duck. Dolan Duck, the Duck's gonna rise. These are things that Luke Belmar keeps saying. So I'm wondering if there's some strong affiliation in the actual creation of the token. And so, at least for me personally, that's not something that I'm going to be getting into myself at the moment. Maybe my mind might change because I am studying Luke Belmar. I'm tracking down his wallets and I'm trying to make a play based on his plays, but nothing's really calling to me at the moment. He is, however, continuing to look for new meme coins, and he thinks it is the meme coin super cycle. He's also trying to get into gaming. He commented on Ilio Trades' post about what game should he be buying, so I'm going to keep my eye out for that as well, because he has a lot of attention, a lot of people that follow him. If we can front run that sort of attention, we can make a massive play. He says, you cannot force organic content, culture, or community. When you find a meme coin that satisfies all three elements, you better bid hard. You'll have to get in the trenches and find the gems. So this is why I'm showing you this. You'll have to get in the trenches. Now, the trenches guys are like Pump Fun and Dex Screener. They're not 30 mil or even the 300 mil or the $10 billion market caps. So we know that Luke Belmar is out there searching for new tokens. We saw him posting in the Telegram of TCAT. Which had a much lower market cap. It's had a big pullback recently, but currently is sitting at about a $4 million market cap. And so for me, I'm going to keep tracking down his portfolio, his wallets, and his socials, because I believe in the next 3 months or so, there's going to be a massive play that's going to come up for Luke Belmar. If you want to copy trade what he's currently doing, you can get into these higher cap meme coins. At least for me, I'm going to get into a couple of these, which I've spoken about on the channel before, but actually none of these that are currently in front of me right now. I'm curious what you think the play is. Put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.